So welcome back, friends. Sunday, September 9th, today's episode of Hateful Juice. So I've had some folks ask me to elaborate a little bit. How's it going? What are you experiencing? What is the end result of this? So when I started on this, I think I mentioned this in a previous video that I was felt like I had come to a crossroads in my life where I had to either start buying bigger clothing and start going down the road of fat, or do something about it and get my get things back under control. And I'm not talking about morbidly obese or anything. I mean, I got up to 210 pounds, and that's heavy for me. What I'd like to be is at about 190. So I don't know how long I've been doing this. I guess maybe probably coming up on 2 weeks or so. And when I started at 210, I'm down to 193 now. So about 3 more pounds to go. It's going a little bit slow now because with the conditioning that Jack and I are doing, putting on a lot of muscle really quickly. It's really a great program, and it's so easy to do. So we've been enjoying that. So I'm happy about that. It's kind of nice. I was getting to the point where I felt like I was, you get to the point, especially when you do a lot of athletic stuff, whether you're changing clothing in front of people or, putting your wetsuit on and doing kiteboarding or dirt biking gear and all that. And you start thinking, oh, I look kind of squishy and, it's just not very fit, not very toned. I don't like that. I've never experienced that before in my life. I'm not a Venus. You can't be a Venus. A Venus is a woman. I'm not a David, but an Atlas, is it? Could be Atlas. Atlas is pretty strong, even though he did shrug. Anyway, you want to feel good about yourself, the way you look. Take care of yourself. So I started on this, and it's really nice because the last couple times I've been out, I've gotten compliments from folks, that have known me and like, wow, you look like, have you been working out? You look like, you're thinner, your face looks better. What I've noticed apart from that, personally, is really good skin. My skin is really cleared up. I've also sleeping better. I've also much calmer, certainly much calmer. And this is not just the juice, but also going to that one meal a day. Some of you have been trying that and been emailing me and saying, man, I don't know if I can do it. I'm just super hungry all the time. Yeah, that's kind of part of it. What my routine is in the morning, I'm getting up early. I make the coffee with the butter. So I make 14 ounces of coffee is what I drink in the morning with 1/8 of a stick of butter in there, and then that concentrated coconut oil. So that really helps. It kind of that fat in the coffee kind of carries you through. And then about 9 o'clock or so, I'll make juice, and that's what we had today. Today's juice is carrot, celery, lemons, squash, spinach. Apples. I think that's one of today. So I have that, and then about 2 to 3, between 2 and 4. I'm not dogmatic about it. If it happens to be 5 or 6, that's fine too. But ideally, between 2 and 4, I'll just eat whatever I want to do, whatever I want, and a lot of it. So that can just totally pig out. What does that include? I'm cutting out sugars. I'm not eating sugars. If we go out, we'll get an ice cream cone, but I'm not making myself all of these rules. I'm just simply, okay, you know what? I'm going to eat one meal a day, and when I eat, I'm going to eat best quality food I can. But if I want to have a steak and potato with a stick of butter on it, I'm going to have that, because I've earned it. So because I didn't have any breakfast or lunch. So that's been working out good for me. I mean, I wake up in the morning and I'm hungry, and the coffee fixes that. But the thing that I've noticed is having those long periods of fasting. Let's say that you have your juice at 9 and you eat your lunch at 2. You're not eating, let's say, between 2:30, 3 o'clock all the way till the next morning. So that's basically an intermittent fast. Drinking lots of water, of course. Excuse me. But what comes from that is a very sereneness, or a very a calmness. It's really interesting is what I found is that sugar doesn't do well for me. Mrs. W, if we go into town and we have pizza, we get a lot of carbohydrates in the bread, and then this place that we like to go to has this really wonderful tiramisu, and we'll both order a tiramisu. I noticed that we kind of rub each other the wrong way on the way home. and kind of get I don't know, kind of fault finding, and it's interesting. It happens all the time, and so we are trying that now without the sugar, and these things don't happen. So I don't know if I understand it all completely, but what I realize for me and both of us, for our family, is that if we can eat less sugar and not have sugar in the house, that helps a lot, and that to me helps. It's completely evened out all of those really intense mood swings. And sometimes I even think, with the diet, not to get all freaky and everything, but I think that the sugars and a lot of the processed foods can really contribute to kind of almost a melancholy. I wouldn't say it was depression or even a mild form of depression, but sometimes you're feeling really good, then you eat something, and then you're these up and downs, and it's just this roller coaster of emotions that I think are sometimes maybe misdiagnosed, and they should be maybe attributed to things that maybe you just don't react very well to. So this has been really beneficial to me. And what's the long-term prognosis? I mean, I would like to continue to do it if I could. I've gotten used to being a little bit hungry in the mornings, but that thought of looking forward to really a wonderful meal and making an event out of it, when you don't have to make 3 big meals a day, you can have a really special one when you do that. So I don't know if the whole family is going to move into that. That's their decision. But we do have our our early meal today together, and take a time, take an hour, and get nice ingredients and make kind of an event. I really look forward to it. So that's kind of the way it's going. But feeling really good. I'll probably if I get hit 190 or get below 190. I'll probably introduce, maybe a little bit more food, but we'll see. But I'm feeling really good, feeling really strong, yeah, it's great. It's great. It's really interesting. There's a few things that people, I think all of us really feel that we are experts on, and one of them is diet. And man, there's no lack of advice in the comments from folks on what I should be doing and should not be doing. I guess what I'd say to that is, I don't know. I know myself better than anyone else. I know what works for me, a lot better than someone who's never met me before. So all of the advice, I appreciate where you're coming from, but to be honest, something that you say, there's going to be 10 people that'll say just the opposite. So you got to kind of figure it out on your own, and yeah, look to your own diet before you worry about someone else's. I guess it is tiresome. All right, shall we do it? You really got to man up for this. You don't know. You're not a super taster. You don't know. You don't know my pain. Gives me the willy. Oh, it's hateful. All right. Thanks for watching.